Well, you've decided to take on the Web and Digital Design pathway. Good for you. So what are you in for? A lot of fun and creativity. In this first course, called IDT, or Intro to Digital Technology, you'll understand, communicate, and adapt to a digital world, and understand how technology impacts your personal life, society, and the business world as well. Now, you'll gain exposure to foundational knowledge in hardware, software, programming, web design, IT support, and networking. And you'll also have a good grasp on how to set up a basic computer workstation and demonstrate the ability to access, navigate, and use online resources and technologies. Well, this may sound like a lot of syllabus blah blah to you. It is important in today's world to understand these components. That's why this pathway is such a huge step in increasing your employability in the future. But come on, we know why you're really taking these classes. You want to explore current and emerging software and technology trends, i.e. the cool stuff. I get it. You want to learn how to animate or write coding for a game or a website. I understand. I love it too. The allure of learning audio, video, graphic design, well, let's face it, it's attractive and it's fun. So let's start there and showing you some of the cool stuff that this pathway has to offer. In fact, let's start with some IDT examples. Check these out.
In this first example, we see a screencast tutorial made by this young lady. So she has learned about the internal components of a computer, a motherboard, and instead of just taking a test on it, she is creating a screencast tutorial to show her mastery of the skills. So we learn creatively, but we also show what we've learned in a creative fashion as well.
These are PCI slots. They stand for Personal Computer Interface. They hold tools such as video.
So another popular project that we do is creating your own website. So this is the E103 boys. They've created their own band and music video, which you see here. So you can be a solo act or you can be a group act, but ultimately you're going to make a website and sell merchandise on it and sell your CD. So you'll learn video embedding, music embedding, graphic design, and web design as well. So as we scroll through this website, you'll see they have their video, and at the bottom of this page they have merchandise to sell. That is Mr. Easy Peasy himself, and as we go down you'll see that you can have an Easy Peasy squeeze ball and a JV bobblehead for Jamie Velasquez. He's changed himself into a bobblehead, and then there's their CD that they've made in Photoshop with a lot of cool effects on it. So you'll actually make a front and a back, and you'll put it in a real CD case, so when you present you'll have something 3D that looks like a real product. And they are so popular, apparently they have 2 CDs and they're platinum certified. And as I stated, you'll have a merchandise page where people can click, and it gives them a little bit of information and pricing, and they can go to a fictitious cart just as if you were going to do e-commerce online. So this is a very popular unit. We make flyers for it and have a contest for the best music video and post those flyers around the school. Something else that's popular is what you're seeing here. These are Scratch games. So in Scratch you make these sprites and have different types of costumes, and you dictate how they interact with different things around them. So you'll learn to make a very basic game that's driving a car, going through a maze, making sounds so you can make some music. And then you get pretty specific because we teach you Photoshop and Illustrator so you can make your own sprites, and you can interact a little bit more to make video games like the ones that you see here.
So how's that for an intro class? Not bad, huh? Well, using web design as a platform for product design and presentation. In digital design, you're going to create and learn digital media applications using elements of text, graphics, animation, sound, video, and digital imaging. This class has it all, and it's super creative. This is where your projects for this class, as well as your other classes, really come to life. Digital media and interactive media projects developed and published by you will showcase your skills and abilities. So storyboards, music videos, embedded music players, basic websites, graphic designs, podcasts, and online promotional websites. All of this for products that you're going to be creating, they're going to be explored in this very, very fun class called Digital Design. So let's take a look at some of the student examples, shall we?
4, 3, 2, 1.
Ladies and gents, back by popular demand.
Let's get ready to rumble!
And butter sauce. Don't boil me. I'm still alive.
You heard of this thing called FBLA? It stands for Future Business Leaders of America. If you go to the top of the e-hall, you can register for it. It doesn't really cost a lot of money. Looks really good on your resume. You can do some competitions and travel and have loads of fun. You know what I'm saying? Oh, look what we got here. Oh, yeah. Oh, nom, 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 nom. Oh, so good. Nom, 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 nom. Yeah, Tim, yeah, here's one of the oldest clubs around. It does stand for Future Business Leaders of America. It looks really impressive to employers. I think I'm going to go check it out. Did you say I could go up on the e-hall? Yeah, I believe it was Miss Wilson, right? Okay, I'll go to check it out. Hey, hold on 1 second. Oh, nom, 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 nom.
Okay, admit it. You didn't realize that you could have a class that was that creative and that fun. Told you you would like digital design. So now let's move on to the last class in this pathway called web design. In this final class, students learn how to combine their knowledge from the 2 previous classes into real-time professional-looking websites. We move past learning just basic coding, and we focus on creating authentic-looking, multimedia-rich websites. So splash pages, style sheets, flash animation, and graphic elements will be combined to create websites for real businesses in the local community. So we'll do websites for businesses and nonprofits, and sometimes do web redesigns as well. And for a grand finale, all students have the opportunity to become HTML certified. That's right. You'll have a certification that is recognized by the web design industry when you graduate. How cool is that? So if you're anything like me, you're super pumped to learn some of the trendy or cool technology tools, and you understand that the things learned in this pathway will actually blend perfectly into your other classes as you learn to make multimedia presentations and wow your other teachers.
This is a great example of what kids are able to do once they reach this final class of web design. Sweetwater Mission had approached us and wanted us to help them do things for elementary schools around the area with something they have called Project Impact. What Project Impact is that it has bins around schools. It places them there, and it teaches kids about poverty and homelessness and giving back to the community. It encourages kids to fill the bins with items for needy people. And every time they bring in 5 things, I just want to call it a give me 5, as you'll see in a minute, they get a hand to color and put up outside their hall. So by the end of the week, there's hands all over the school, and you can see just how much you've helped those in need. So it's a great cause, and they approached us with being able to help them. So we created a website that has a lot of things here. All of this is brand new. It did not exist before. So starting with the logo, it looks like a superhero logo. It uses the red and the yellow, kind of like Superman, and it's bright. It can also be used as a button. Now up here, the Project Impact, as well as everything on the right here. They're all a cartoony font, which will resonate very well with kids in elementary school. Now for the banners, we've done a customized banner here where we placed the bins behind them, and we've made a character that's not black, not white, not Hispanic, kind of somewhere in between, and is a superhero. She's the Impact Kid, as you can see on her belt. And we came up with a saying, Project Impact, fill the bins and we all win. So this site is designed to give to schools when this lady comes in and tells people about it. She shows them this website. So it has a welcome message, and it has examples of flyers that, again, my kids made. So they pass these out to the kids, and then there's a huge 6-foot banner that goes in the front of the school so parents can see what kids are doing as well, and it kind of tells the type of items that they need. So there's a step 1, and there's a step 2 down here of giving things out to kids. So when they come home in their advisement or their homeroom, they'll get one of these flyers every day. And it has a little bitty blurb about homelessness or something similar. Like this one says 7.7% of kids are homeless at some time in their life. And these different flyers have different little messages on them. So this is not a heater. So teachers can talk about how homeless folks have to use fire to warm up, or they have to live in a box if they don't have a home. So this is a box that says Home Sweet Home on it, and it defines what a community is. Again, it has a stat. And then along the similar vein, this is not a blanket. So all of these have a similar look and feel. They use a black and white just because it seemed appropriate with the seriousness of the topic. And it's something to just spark a debate and a conversation, I should say, with kids to let them know why they're bringing things in. And then we got with the video department to make a Project Impact intro video as well.
Homelessness means a person, family, kid doesn't have a place to live. No house, no apartment, no home, no bed. The state of Georgia is ranked close to last in homelessness statistics, meaning that more kids in Georgia don't have a home than almost any other state. Many of these kids live in Cobb County right now, like you and me, and they barely have money for food, water, clothes, or hygiene products like soap or shampoo. Oh, hi, I'm Liz, and we here at Project Impact needs your help. We're trying to help out the homeless.
So that's a great video to show the kids to get them started. And then after showing the video, of course, step 4, every time 5 items are given, the child gets hands to fill out in the color. So now the client has gone in and changed a few things here, so we're usually not as text heavy as this. She wanted to add this, which would not be a design that I would choose, but we do this in a way and in a format that clients can go back and change it if they would like. Here we've made a Voki, because kids like cartoons, that kind of discusses some discussion questions here. So if you click play, she'll start talking.
Hello there. Welcome to the Project Impact website.
All right, she'll ask you a few of these questions here so kids can start talking about it. And then there are information about homelessness and a lesson plan for teachers as well. So this is really a teacher resource that can be used to teach homelessness. And then here's the handprints. When you click it, you can either have a Word file or a PDF file open up so that the hands can be printed out on paper and the kids can color them. So this is just a great project that helps the community all around. And of course you can contact Linda and the Sweetwater folks, and then when schools do this, they put their photos in here so you can kind of see what's going on. There's our video being played in the school. So other websites that our students have created, graduatemarietta.com, have a lot of resources for folks that want to learn about things that will help them graduate. Some surveys over here, some contests, music video contests that we've done. All the banners, again, are customized, and it has things like how to pick a college, how to choose the right career path, what you should do throughout high school. All right, so again, the kids have come in here and they've changed all the headers and then provided links for colleges and what you should do each year as you're here. And it's just kind of supplement for the counselors here. And you got advice from teachers and past students. We've got a video. We've got some advice in here from people who have recently graduated. So in case they don't listen to counselors and teachers, they might listen to some of these folks here who have recently graduated. And then this is the site we're working on now, the Get a Job Now portion of it. We have some information for some jobs, but We're looking to do some local postings. We have a place at the school that posts jobs up on a bulletin board, and we're in the process of transferring those over to this Graduate Marietta site. So that's what the web design students really like in the class, but then they also like doing some advanced graphics. So after being exposed to Photoshop for 2 years, in the third year they really get into it. So this is a huge movie poster that talks about our web class and gets people excited about it. We have it outside in our hall. It says, "Take it from Spidey, web design can make you famous. Sign up for this marvelous class now." So an obvious play on words on Marvel Comics and the fact that spiders make webs. And if you look really closely, it does look a lot like a movie poster. They've skewed the perspective here of the screen as well, and if you can see here, you have the reverse image in his eyes if Spider-Man is actually looking at an image. So we get really, really in-depth by this point. The stuff looks quite professional. Then, of course, where would we be without the good old GIFs here, or GIFs, as it were. People in the class love doing personal ones, animations with their face, making different types of suggestions with their eyebrows and their eyes and their bodies and dancing and all kinds of crazy stuff. And then they'll do animated text here or make different types of cartoon characters look like they're breathing or performing types of action. So these are just a little bit of the things that students like in the web design class, doing image maps, rollovers, creating those animated GIFs, obviously making websites and doing things where you're purchasing stuff online.
Well, that's it for me. But before I go, I must leave you with this. Don't get caught up in the techno fear that some folks have regarding business electives. The pathway is quite simple. And although it is a business pathway, we do have a lot of fun creating these outstanding projects that you just saw. After all, you can't be creative if you can't relax and have a little fun. Am I right? We'll see you next time, folks. Enjoy the pathway. And scene. We did it, people. We're out of here. Woo!